Cooties is such a good film. The first two thirds are what I would consider to be perfect. The final third I didn't actually care for, and I will explain why, but obviously there will be spoilers there, so I'll discuss that at the very end. But in general, I came away from this still feeling like it was an absolutely incredible experience. This was released in 2014. It's directed by Jonathan Millot and Carrie Murnion, written by Leigh Whannell and Ian Brennan, and we have an amazing cast, including Jack McBrayer, Elijah Wood, Rainn Wilson, fabulous, fabulous cast. And this is actually a zombie comedy horror film where we have children turning into zombies. And we have a good backstory for this. And the first time it happened, because I knew it was going to happen, but the children all just seemed not zombified. And then the first time it happened, it really took me by surprise, and it was brilliant. And the teachers have to all try and defend themselves against these zombies, and the performances across the board are brilliant, but the children gave such a fabulous performance, or fabulous performances. I think they did a really, really great job with this. It's quite gruesome in a really fun way. The gruesome aspect really, really appealed to me. Visually, it is stunning, it is bright, it is vibrant, it is gory, and it's just so fun. It's funny as well, and I say that as if I'm surprised. I don't often find comedy horror films to be that funny. I often find them to maybe be quirky or creative or fun, but not necessarily funny. But this was, it made me laugh. And there were a few moments where the children are saying things that I don't necessarily agree with or think children should be saying, even if they're doing it because they're acting, which is a little uncomfortable. But that aside, I think it's very funny, very entertaining, wonderful performances, and a lot of fun. And I will say no more just now, other than if it sounds like it will appeal to you, definitely check it out. I think Cooties is an absolute joy. I will now discuss the final third. I'm not going to say what happens in any detail, but I will point out why I didn't really like it. It felt like a completely different film, so I need to explain a little bit about what happened, but I won't say ultimately whether the teachers or the children win this zombie standoff or anything. But the final third, roughly, give or take, the lighting is non-existent. It's very dimly lit, and the children are not really feral, and it's very quiet, and it's not funny. The pacing, there's nothing wrong with the pacing necessarily, but it really slowed down compared with the previous two-thirds of the film. So there's this just sudden dramatic shift, and it lasts a really long time. And yes, usually the third part of a film does have a shift in tone, but this just felt like a completely different film, and all of the things I loved about the first two thirds were just stripped away for that final third. Obviously, we have the amazing cast still, but the rest of it just wasn't there, and it did feel like a completely different film, and I didn't care for it. It's not that I don't agree with what happened or that I don't think it was right for the narrative. Just from my viewing experience, I thought the first two thirds, give or take, were so perfect and so amazing. And then that just completely shifts towards the end. And if you like the final third, brilliant. Obviously, it's not going to be for everybody, or at least not everybody's going to be satisfied all of the time. But for me, while I didn't dislike it, it was just nowhere near the quality of the first two thirds. I was genuinely thinking I was going to come away from this saying I've just found a new favourite film, because it was perfect. That final third went in a direction that meant that was not the case. But nevertheless, I still thought Cooties was an amazing experience. That final third doesn't take away the brilliant experience I had with the rest of the film. And if it sounds like it appeals to you, check it out. It's fun, it's gruesome, the performances are great. It's just a tremendous experience. And ultimately, I still really thoroughly enjoyed it.